is the health of the humanity right now, come perpetually with the food, the chemtrails, the soil, the blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Every which way, people are being incepted with some form of biological poison, and it's purposefully done because no matter how conscious we are, how rah we get, if we ain't feeling well, we can't get up to fight or even talk or even be conscious about a conversation like this the next day.
I know Bobby Kennedy said that they've been feeding us a lookalike food substance.
Oh, replications. Remember, like on Star Trek, you got the replicator? Like the replicator, like, oh, it tastes like a burger. It may even look like a burger, but it's certainly not a burger. Okay. I don't think we've had food ever since they've, even with the whole concept of Whole Foods, creating a store called Whole Foods, and Monsanto had incepted it. What was this, over like 10 years ago? All foods have been incepted with some sort of glyphosate, which is in all the wheats. And I always tell people the only way you can be certain of food is if you grow it yourself and you create those things from yourself. I am a proponent of putting hands in the soil. That's why you don't see nails on me, because my hand is always in the soil. We create our own substance for our babies, for our grandbabies, for our families. We weren't meant to eat from third parties. How could you ever feel secure eating from the enemy's hands? You know what I mean? That's why they had welfare, because they want you to go to their grocery stores. You know what I mean? It's gross and it's a restore. Okay? If that's not telling you what it is, that's it. You go into the store and there's soy and everything. That's why the boys are wearing purses and high heels. You know what I mean? You got, I tell mothers all the time, breast milk is the best milk for your babies. You're seeing worms inside of your formula because listen to the word formula. Why would you ever want to give a baby something that is formalized by in a laboratory by the enemy? Your breast create the perfect alchemical milk that sustains a baby in every which way. If the baby has a cold, the mother will geoengineer alchemically the proper milk to build the antibodies to build the health of the baby. So I
But
would
that's what
say,
a cold is anyway.
absolutely.
A cold is you've encountered a foreign agent that your body has never experienced, and the colostrum your mother didn't warn you about. So now you have to go through the process of analyzing and engineering a biological defense against it in the future. You never catch the same cold twice. They just call them a cold.
That's right.
Ain't got nothing to do with being cold either, because you can catch them in the summertime.
Absolutely.
You know,
This
all that's trickery.
it is.
It's
It
only
is.
two temperature related illnesses: hypothermia and hyperthermia.
Oh, very good. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Freezing to death or heat stroke.
And most viruses are all really, if we speak about it, most viruses are what we perceive to be viruses or diseases or cycle or product byproducts of your psychological disease of not being able to alchemically deal with some of the trauma-based programming that you're not acknowledging. And also parasites. There are parasites in everything. Parasites are most likely the number one cause of every single issue virally that's going on, including mold and spores that are in a lot of things with the amped up radiation, which we talk about Fukushima and also Chernobyl, and talk about the black mold that was eating the radiation. And I always tell people radiation and mold are like best friends and they're symbiotic. So when you have sugar, which is their number one source of food source, and they put sugar in toothpaste, lotions. They tell you to they put sugar in the very anything that doesn't even require it. That you're giving the food source to the parasites, the molds, and then you have amped up fiber optics all over the planet that was instituted during 2020 when they asked us to stay in our houses. And then you wonder why people are getting like these super duper enhanced ga 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 showing up and taking them out in 2.5 seconds.
Well, it's not the sugar.
Oh,
It's the bleaching agent in the sugar
oh
that's toxic.
yes. Yes, yes.
Like 80% of your glucose consumption is used for neural functioning.
Mm, you do need it. Yes.
So, but the problem is the bleaching agents that they use. Remember, when we used to cook confectionaries, we used to use syrups that come from trees,
Yes.
sugar cane,
Tap the
sugar
tap the tree.
beets,
Yeah.
right?
Dates. Dates.
Or or we use a brown sugar,
Always, always. Yeah,
right? And the reason being is we didn't bleach it. Natural sugar is tan,
it is.
but they don't want you eating natural sugar because it
No.
doesn't have a bleaching agent in it.
And if people, and that's why white is always denoted to be, it's projected as being clean and cleansed. So people psychologically think if it's not white, it's not right.
Hmm.
Right.
And then you got the flour. And
Mhm.
flour not bad, but the bleaching agent they use to bleach the flour, so
And the
it's not a off.
hybridization, yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's not an
hybridization.
off white yellow color
Yeah.
with the natural color of flour.
Yes.
White flour is not natural.
No.
It's
And
bleached.
But
But
when you mill when you mill the actual when you mill the actual grain, it's really fine, beautiful tan, a little darkish. It's beautiful and the texture is really nice. But they don't teach people that. And also the hybridized wheat that's been geoengineered by our handy dandy governmental agents of bioweaponry, they created the most hostile wheat, which, back in the days no one had gluten issues. We ate Wonder Bread, for God's sake. Wonder Bread was the best peanut butter and jelly sandwiches you could ever have was on
oh
some
yeah,
Wonder
I
Bread. Remember
remember.
that? Woo, boy,
I
I could
remember.
smell it. You know what I mean?
Remember, we want some Wonder Bread. I remember.
Oh my God, it was soft. It was. Did you ever get sick from it? My mother never got sick from it. Nobody got sick from Wonder Bread. It was like, and we wrote in fifth grade. Our teachers had us write to the companies, and we had to write the ingredients and say how wonderful we liked each of the, kind of. I wrote for Wonder. I wrote to run Wonder Bread and some other bread company, and there was only like four ingredients. Okay, flour, maybe yeast,
Eggs, yeast.
yeah, something. It was four ingredients. I can remember it because I wrote to them, and then they send us coupons. So my dad used it was so cute. They sent us coupons for the appreciation. I loved the school back in the days. I mean, it was so simple, but it made you feel like you had a stake in things and that they heard you. But
That's why they changed it.
they did. They did. And the little boys, when you go in the grocery store, I tell mommy, it's like I go through when I have my little girls, like you read the ingredients. Soy lecithin is in every single cracker, all these donuts and cookies, and I see beautiful mommies walking out with their little boys with these crackers that are bioweapons to their testosterone, and the plastic bottles that are bombarding men with this estrogen mimicker that is making men either hyper feminine or causing testicular issues. It's a lot of
Hey, look,
things going on.
what's the number one weed that's the pariah to a green lawn?
The number one weed to a green lung.
Lawn with your grass.
Oh, dandelions. You're talking about dandelions are beautiful. You mean dandelions?
That's medicine.
Yes, yes. It's good for you.
That's medicine.
Yeah.
Dandelion clean the liver.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah, we used to make jelly out of the tops. We used to
Mm-hmm.
milk the stalk, and we
Mm-hmm.
used to eat dandelion greens.
That's right. All the time. Still in the South. My mother-in-law, that's what she used to make was
But
dandelion
now
greens.
they got us spraying this orca stuff on there because we think that they
Oh,
bad.
that's
They come,
oh, you mean yeah, on the
yeah, they come
lawns.
treat your grass and get rid of your dandelions for you because that's an
Listen,
eyesore to your green lawn.
I was living in Mount Vernon because I grew up in Mount Vernon, New York, and the Italian women would come straight off the boat from Italy and Sicily, and the first thing they would do is go on the lawns of everybody's lawn. What they picking? Dandelions, dandelions, just picking them. They thought it was like, oh my God, free. You know what I mean? Because to them it was such a big deal. But that lets the mindset of the forgetting of the medicinal purposes of why things show up, even with the garden. When you garden, when something's going on with you, your garden will manifest the medicine that is to heal you. So you'll see all of a sudden like a whole patch of marigolds show up, and you're like, oh, interesting. Someone's going through something heart wise. They need little healing. So let's bring the marigolds in and like crush it or eat it. Even with teaching the little ones how to forage and look for the little things that they can eat. And everything in the garden that grows in and around you within 20 feet is your medicine.
No, this is something I seen when I was a little boy, and I didn't understand it until like I got up in age. My big mama, she used to love watermelon just like my mama, and they both
Mm,
used to do this one little thing they used to do. They suck on the seeds and put
The
them in the
DNA.
bowl.
That's right.
Right? They suck on the seeds, put them in the bowl. And they used to grow the sweetest watermelons I ever tasted,
To
and
their
I could never
palate.
understand. I'm like, why did? Because I asked my mama, why y'all be sucking on them seeds?
Yeah,
She say so we can get ready to plant them.
that's right. Oh, I love it.
Man, she's sucking on a goddamn watermelon seed to plant.
That's that DNA, honey.
Yeah, so they suck on the seed, and whatever they thinking about, they charge in the seed.
Mm,
Then
power.
they have to put up. They spit them in the bowl, and they sit the bowl in the window to dry in the sun.
Mhm. It's embedded.
And then they go out when planting season come and plant watermelon.
Oh, I love it. They were clever women, conscious women. Even
But
with when we give birth, that's another thing. Like in our culture, we were taught that after our afterbirth, when we come home with our babies intact, because you don't cut off the umbilical cord because that blood has to resurge inside of the baby. And then when it naturally falls off, we were always taught to dig a hole 6 feet deep. And every medicinal seed that we had was held in a ceremony. And we would plant our birthing sac inside of the ground. And when those herbs grew, it would be the medicine for daddy, baby, and mommy, and the whole family. And it would have the genetic and kinetic information from the afterbirth in order to give the medicine to the baby and the mommy and the daddy.
well, if you go down to Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Alabama, Georgia, in the backwoods, and you try to cut certain trees down,
Yeah,
the people in that family gonna go ballistic,
that's right.
right? Because we used to plant seeds of trees where we bury the elderly,
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I love
and
this.
we just like in the movie Avatar, how they go into the tree.
Ewa, yes.
Yeah, the boys, we be all up in the tree. Matter of fact, it's a picture around here my brother got. I'm gonna see if I can show it to
That's
you. Hold
Granny. That's Granny. Yeah, because that Granny up in the tree. That's Granny tree.
on. It's over there. Hold on, I'm gonna grab this
Yeah, go
picture and
get, go
show it
get
to
it. Oh my God, yes. Isn't that so true, y'all? It's so beautiful. So bury your family in a tree, a beautiful magnolia tree, and then you go and you smell your mom or your dad or grandma. Isn't it so beautiful? I mean, that's the way we're supposed to honor our loved ones. Oh my God.
you. The name of this picture is called Blackbirds.
Oh, I love it. What do
You
you?
see
Oh,
all those children in the trees?
yes, yes. Oh my God, that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Oh my God, do you guys see this? That is beautiful. Wait, hold on. I want to spotlight you. How do I do this? Hold on, y'all. How do I spotlight you? Hold on, Rod. Stay right there. Just 1 minute. I want to spotlight you. Can I spotlight you? God darn it. You won't let me do it.
It was doing it automatically before I was talking. It's not doing it now. But look,
It's beautiful. Oh man. That reminds me of the Black Panther. Remember when he went into when he took the purple herb and he went into the ancestral realm and they were and the ancestors were in the trees? That's a
yeah,
reference. Remember, they used to hurt us. Like on our island, I remember there were stories like when some of the Europeans came, in order to hurt us, they would go to some of our older trees and they would try to cut them down to hurt us personally.
they
To like, yeah.
they made lumberjacks into heroes so that we wouldn't protest them mass harvesting the trees,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? But we forget that, well, a lot of us are unaware. We used to be able to walk from the Louisiana border of Texas all the way to Florida without never leaving the treetops.
Oh, so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
You can get to the Florida Keys. You can leave the Florida Keys in the treetops and travel all the way up through the Appalachian Mountains into New York, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Ohio. All of the trees is gone. I'm surprised we can even breathe over here.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. And they only plant now male trees. That's why we have all the weird pollen and allergies because they're supposed to pollinate the female trees and create fruits. So they don't want that. So now you have people just breathing in, all of the pollen from the one homogeneous group of trees. I mean, I think they're psychopaths, personally.
You know,
Yeah.
like I used to be wondering. I used to ask my mom, why they keep cutting down all the trees? Because my mom used to say, because they the devil.
I love your mama. That's right. Go
I
ahead.
didn't,
So
I
that's
didn't know what
right.
she was talking about. Mom,
She
why they
was
keep cutting
right.
down all the trees? Because they the devil.
That's right. She knew. She knew their names. That's what they were.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that? They're sentient too. You ever like, I remember I was really sad and I would go, a little girl, like you just like in almost it's like inside of you to go and sit underneath the tree. It's like, it's almost like the tree calls you, like, psst, come over here. Psst, come sit underneath us. Let's give you an energetic hug. And you would sit underneath the tree. I would always have like my little notebook and sit underneath the tree. I'd be sad about something trivial, and just sit underneath the tree. And I tell you, no, no, within maybe 5 minutes, whatever bothered me, it almost dissipated.
The tree
It's
is steady, stable energy.
mhm.
The bigger the tree is, the older the tree is, the more stable the energy the tree can
Yes,
help you balance out your energies.
yes.
Look, I went to Florida, to
Mhm.
Tallahassee, and I had a communication with a tree that told me when I get back, touch the big tree by your house.
Because they could
Look,
talk into roots, yes.
I'm sitting there and I'm laughing at myself. I'm like, how the hell that tree know I got a tree by my house?
Because they know they got that
Right?
network.
So look, I get back home, I forget. I forget to go out and touch the tree.
Yeah,
Because that's how he told me he had to pass the information.
yeah.
Right? So about 5, 6, 7 days go by. And I'm laying in the bed. I just got down, I'm about halfway through a blunt. And I hear the tree say, hey, I do like this. I'm like, what the? He said, hey. So I say, I'm tripping. I must be getting high, getting a download. He said, it's not a download. This is the tree. You remember me from Florida?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. He's like, when are you gonna go touch the tree outside? It was
Oh,
a, look, it was the bright sunny day. So the tree is literally in the front, right next to the driveway.
yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go out here and touch this damn tree. Cause I don't want this motherfucker coming back to me no more, getting on my nerves,
Harassing you
right?
in your sleep and your rest. Yeah.
Yeah, and they got an excellent sense of humor. So I go outside, I take off my shoes because he told me when I was down there, I had on my flip flops. He said, is you can't communicate with the tree correctly with them shoes on.
Not with them rubber shoes. Nah.
So I take my shoes off. I had somebody standing there with me. Arisha Stone was standing there with me, and he was trying to get me to do libation to the tree. I said, tree don't want me to do libation. He got a message from me. So I took my shoes off. I stood on the tree root going into the ground. I put my
Yeah.
hands on the tree, and he started telling me, man, I'm so glad you can hear me. He's like, man, you humans are some funny creatures. He said, but you know what the funniest part is that you humans be having sex under us trees, and y'all think we don't know,
I know that's right.
right? He said, so me and the tree have a whole fucking conversation. So I get back home, I touch the tree outside, right? Like literally, as soon as I took my shoes off, put my feet on the bottom of the trees, and I touched
Yeah.
the tree with my hands,
Yeah.
it sounded like I heard applause from a Dave Chappelle show. All of the trees in the neighborhood is laughing,
Finally.
right? All the trees is laughing, right? And I'm like, this is some weirdo stuff here, right? So the tree was like, thank you, thank you. I couldn't wait to get that joke out. And they had a tree joke. I don't know what the joke was, but it wasn't for me. It was just for the trees. So when I finally touched the tree and they all bust out laughing, I'm like, man, this is some weird. I was like, and I hadn't had no mushrooms. So I know I wasn't on the trip. And I was like, what the hell? So So I go back in the house. I lay back down on the bed, and Tree come to me. He's like, "Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man." He said, "We
Oh,
had
that's
we
so
had a
good.
whole lot of catching up to do, and there's not a whole lot of people that come from my area to your area to transfer the message that know what they doing." I was like, "This is some weird old stuff," but the tree was literally told me what to do, and I thought it was just I was tripping.
No, no. Full
Man,
communication.
That tree was dead serious.
Oh, that is so
He
funny.
was dead serious, and he had all kind of jokes. And then so we walking back from when I first touched the tree,
Uh,
and the girl I was walking her to her car,
yeah.
right, and we was just chatting, right, and she was like, "How old do you think that tree is?" And the tree told me, like, she said, "You think he about 150 years old?" I said, "I don't know how old he is." He said, "Years? We don't count our age in years. I got 136 rings. Tell her I got 136
Right.
rings.
I know
That's
that's
how
right.
old I am. I'm 136 rings." I was like, "What the?"
That's deep that you picked that up. Yes. You picked up even the way that they
Look, I was
interpret
laughing.
time.
Look, I was laughing so hard. It was the
That
funniest
is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. They're just like I said. The trees have such a good, especially with us who are indigenous to certain places. They all of us really they communicate with, but they have some really close relationships with some of us that are profound. I remember a tree because I'm talking smack online all the time, so I always got to evade the daggers, the energy coming towards me. And I had a Harry Potter tree. I love this tree, and I get so emotional because when I moved, they killed my tree, but he was always alive. And the rest of the because they embody the when they are about to go, they know, and they kind of see their consciousness in the roots of the other trees. But he used to position, and people witness this ride, no lie. Harry Potter tree, eyes, mouth, everything. I used to be on lives with him. If somebody was driving past my house that was nefarious, don't you know I would wake up and the tree would be faced slightly outward, looking out down the road. And if someone came from another direction, the tree would like posture itself a little bit other to see the other side. It was so magical. It was so like profound. I was like, wow, what a powerful tree.
Yeah.
And then
Earth is very magical. The whole Earth realm is magical. But
absolutely.
the problem is we killed our inner